Today marks 1 month of war in Ukraine as Russian forces bomb more buildings in Ukraine's capital where firefighters have been battling flames in civilian areas. New satellite images show the devastation as well in the bombarded port city of Mariupol in southern Ukraine. More than 100,000 people are estimated to be trapped there with little food or water. President Biden is set to leave the White House at any moment to travel to Europe and meet with U.S. allies to discuss the crisis. We have more on that ahead. But we begin here at home with the deadly tornado outbreak in the south. At least 27 twisters were reported in 3 states. One tore through the New Orleans area, killing 1 person. And take a look at the destruction in hard-hit Araby, Louisiana. Our Will Carr is there with the latest. And returning now to Ukraine, Ukrainian forces are taking back territory near Kyiv from Russians. And to the south in Mariupol, Ukraine's military is engaged in some fierce fighting there, trying to stop Russian attacks on that city. James Longman is in Lviv in western Ukraine with the latest.
The brutal siege of Mariupol enters yet another day. More than 100,000 remain trapped with food, water and power running low. But Ukrainian forces are still holding on. U.S. officials now say some of the most egregious accounts of what could be considered war crimes are happening in the city.
The brave people of Mariupol are putting the lie to Putin's claims, and the Kremlin is reacting with characteristic brutality.
It's clear Putin did not expect this response. This video shows Ukrainian tanks firing on Russian forces. And this drone video shows a series of explosions at a steel plant. Both videos released by the far-right Azov battalion, which have been incorporated into the Ukrainian National Guard. But it's not clear when they were taken. Natalia escaped Mariupol with her elderly parents. She tells me she had to scavenge outside for food.
So you brought your parents and 4 cats?
In all 4, yes.
At the same time, she says, we understood any time we might be killed by the next bomb.
So as we're talking here now, the air raid siren has gone off here in Lviv. But Natalia's saying they didn't get warnings like that in Mariupol. It was just bombardments.
That same will to survive in the occupied city of Kherson, where protesters took to the streets for the 2nd day in a row. Russian troops breaking up the crowd with tear gas. The Ukrainian military taking advantage of Russia's stalled advance, reclaiming territory, such as the Kyiv suburb of Makariv. And a senior U.S. defense official tells ABC News that Russian troops are now running low on food and fuel. But despite Russian setbacks, brutal attacks on civilian targets continue. In southern Ukraine, a Russian missile pummeling this psychiatric hospital in the city of Mykolaiv. Dr. Anatoly Pavlov fighting back tears, saying, Russian cruelty is so brutal, it's not a human way to treat people. Now Russia confirming it's brought over 300,000 eastern Ukrainians, including children, over the border. Most of those are from the Russian-held separatist areas, but there are growing reports of thousands of people being forced from Mariupol. The U.S. Embassy calls the removal of children kidnapping. And as the human toll of the invasion mounts, concerns now that Putin may seek to escalate the war further. The Kremlin spokesman even refusing to rule out the use of nuclear weapons.
If it is an existential threat for our country, then it can be used in accordance with our concept.
And as worldwide blowback and sanctions rock the Russian economy, Putin himself a target. A new investigation by Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny's team saying this $700 million super yacht off the coast of Italy belongs to Putin personally. They're now calling for it to be seized by Italian authorities.
And James Longman joins me live now from Lviv, Ukraine. James, you're at a humanitarian center there, and Lviv, throughout the course of this war, has become somewhat of a hub for refugees. So what's it like there right now?
Well, Diane, it's extraordinary to see. It's just Ukrainians, once again, just doing it for themselves. This is, like you say, an aid center. People, what they do is they come to this building, they register their need, or if they themselves have come here, but also if families here in Lviv have given their homes up. So a lot of families will come here, owners of homes will come here to register for what they need. And then they'll, if you come over here to this gate here where you pick up what you might need. So people come up with there are food packages given to them, blankets. You can see this family is sorting through blankets here. Their son actually is running around us, and he's so cute. There he goes. And you can just see, I mean, these are some of the people who've actually left some of the most horrific moments of this war. And a lot of people here are those that have left Mariupol. We've been talking about Mariupol so long, that siege that's going on in the southeast of Ukraine. And actually, I've been speaking to one woman there. We met her here, Natalia, who told us her story about about living for more than 20 days under bombardment. Her elderly parents, she had two parents, 83 and 85 years of age, who she was trying to keep safe in their apartment building, having to come down into the street to cook because there was no electricity, no heat, no water, nothing in her home. And finally, when they made a decision to get out, they made a run for it. They got two cars together. It was like a convoy, and they dashed out of Mariupol. She said when she saw people's faces in the street as they got on the outskirts of town, they looked at them with horror because they thought that everybody inside Mariupol was already dead. That is the sense of what's happening there. And when they get here, of course, they're met by this, and it's just heartening to see. I mean, just more and more and more of it. And I should say, anyone watching at home who's sent aid to Ukraine, a lot of it, yes, it's on the border. There are countries all around here, Poland, Hungary, Romania, Moldova. They're all struggling under the weight of the refugee crisis. 3.6 million refugees now have left this country, but more than 10 million Ukrainians have lost their homes here in the country and have been displaced, and many of them have come here to Lviv. And what you see here is Ukrainians trying to help each other a month into this war.
All right, James Longman in Lviv for us. Thank you, James. Stay safe.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.